world. My name is Sheila, but you can call me She. Disclaimer out there. I am not an immigration attorney. The information that I provide here are information that I gathered from my own experience and information that is public knowledge as well. Okay, with that being said, let's get into it. So, I am going to talk today about the list of documents that you would need to apply together with your family green card petition. Basically, all the documents you would need for your I-130 and the supplement documents as well. I know that I've done a lot of videos that I've gone into detail with the forms that you need to fill out, and so you can check out my immigration videos, and that will give you all the list of documents that I'm mentioning, how to complete them. Awesome. As I'm talking, I'll be looking down my notes, and so if I look down, that's what I'm looking at. Awesome. So I'm going to list 5 forms today that you can attach to your application, and then I do have other optional forms that you can also attach, which I personally attached as well, and so if you want, you can go ahead and attach that. The first one is your form I-130. Your form I-130 is a petition for the alien relative. So the petitioner, who is the person that holds the green card, or the spouse that you're married to, or the person that is the American citizen, can apply for the form I-130 for their spouse that they are choosing to immigrate. And if you are in the US, you can add form I-485. You can file that concurrently. Just remember, if you decide to file that concurrently, there is a different address that you'd have to mail it to, so make sure you're taking note of that. I'll do another video to address that. The other form that I personally didn't add, but other people really are adding, is what we call the form I-130A. Remember, we said form I-130 is for the petitioner, so the green card holder or the American citizen filing for the spouse, or your child that is under 21 years old, or the parent of the green card holder or the American citizen. You can file that form as a petitioner saying, this is the person I want to bring in. The second one is form I-130A. Form I-130A is basically for the non-US citizen or the non-immigrant that is coming in. So the non-immigrant, which might be your spouse or your child or your parents, you can file for them, but you have to add the form I-130A. Like I said, I personally did not add that form, but again, you can add that form to it as well. Awesome. The third form that I'm going to talk about, which I kind of talked about when I talked about the I-130 filing concurrently, is form I-485. Form I-485 is adjustment of status form. So I do have a video on that as well. It will show you how to complete that application. Form I-864. Basically, this is your affidavit of support. So this is the financial document that portion of it that you're going to complete to say that I can support this person that I'm bringing here into America, so that this person doesn't become a public charge. Basically, a public charge is anybody that is going to be dependent or is dependent on the government for support. And so America wants to make sure that when you're bringing your parent, your child under 21 years old, or your spouse, they are not going to come and depend on the government for financial support or any type of support. Awesome. The other form that I'm going to talk about may be classified as optional forms, but awesome. The form is form I-765. So form I-765 is basically the form that grants you employment permit. And so if you're filing for your I-130 and I-131, and you've completed that packet and you want to be able to work whilst you're in the waiting period, you can file that. Now, for this particular form, I did not file it because at that time I didn't really know about it that time. If I did, I would have, but I didn't. So this is for free. I'm giving it to you for free. You can apply it to your application. That way you have the chance, if you're granted, you have the chance to be able to work until your application is complete. Awesome. The other form is form I-313. Now, this is a travel document form that you have to fill out. So when you're in the process of going through your immigration, submitting your packet for the green card family-based immigration, you really cannot travel outside the United States. Applying for this travel document will give you the opportunity to travel back home in case something happens. Typically, people who are looking to stay with their spouse, most of them don't end up going back home, but life happens. Maybe someone passes away, maybe someone is sick, your parents is sick back home, you want to go see them. You can apply for this travel document together with your application. That way USCIS can grant you the temporary access to be able to go for a short period of time and still be able to return to the US without having any trouble with immigration. So that's also a form. Again, I personally didn't do this one, but if you do want to do and you feel the need that you might need to go back, you can go ahead and apply for it. Just make sure you're watching the stipulation as to how long you can stay at every point in time when you're out of the country, so you don't end up getting into trouble with your process. Okay, awesome, too easy. The next one is form G1145. Now, this form I added to all of my applications. This is your electronic notification application. So what this basically means is that when USCIS receives your document and you did not file online, then USCIS will email you or send you a text message to let you know that we have received your application and we are working on it. Typically, USCIS will always send you a mail in the letter when they get your documents, but the electronic notification gives you that fast and quick response to let you know that, hey, they have my packet and they are working on it before the mail even comes, because that's a snail mail. It takes a time for the mail to get to you, but that email or text message that you request for is 10 times faster, and you're able to get that email or notification faster as soon as USCIS receives your packet. So you would want to fill each single form 1145 for your applications. And so if you're submitting 5 applications or 6 applications, you want to add all 6 of it or all 5 of it to your application. That way each single one of them USCIS will notify you. The next optional form is form G3258. This form is your biometric data form that you fill to give all your biometric information to USCIS. And so when it's time for you to go in and do your biometric data or take your thumbprint and all of your biometric information, that form is already completed as part of your packet. And so this is something that I did, and I also have a video on my channel as well that can help you through the process to complete this form. I also have a video on form G1145. If you choose to do the electronic notification, I have a video to show you how to complete that as well. Awesome. And then form G140. So form G140, I personally did not do that, but I would definitely encourage you to do that. I didn't do it because I didn't know at the time that I was completing mine. So basically, this is an electronic authorization form. So you might pay your application with a credit card or with a debit card. And so when you do that, you want to give that authorization to USCIS to say, I am giving that authorization for money to be taken out of my account. Now, sometimes you might have a limit on your credit card or your debit card that you're using to pay. I will encourage you to make sure you're taking all those limits off, because if for any reason you have a limit and USCIS is not able to process it, USCIS is not going to come to you and say, hey, can you give me another form of payment? No, they are going to mail your entire packet back to you and have you resubmit the payment portion. So just add this authorization and make sure that you're taking all limits off of your credit card to make this process very, very seamless for you. So Royals, I am going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping that these videos are helping you through your immigration journey. I know it's a lot of homes. I know the process is tough, but you've got this, okay? I want to say thank you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you're telling everybody about it. Hit the notification bell so that if I post any video, you'll be the first to know. Bye, Royals. Make sure you stay safe and see you in my next video. Bye, Royals.